Hi there, happy Tuesday. I will apologise in advance because whilst I can mute the notifications on my phone, I sadly cannot mute Rosie. So she is on high alert looking out the window, so no doubt we are going to get some barking at some stage. I've got this other one sitting behind me. Ooh, look, face ache, sitting behind me. Well, it's been eventful the last couple of days. Sunday morning I woke up, well, the dogs woke me up, and I was climbing out of bed and I was putting on my slippers because we have lino in certain, well, not lino, you know, vinyl in certain parts of the hallway and that, and my feet are cold if I don't put slippers on. So I was kind of unbalanced because I was putting one slipper on and, you know, standing not on one leg but sort of. Rosie, in her excitement because I was getting up and she wanted to go outside and she wanted a breakfast, she jumped up, so she overbalanced me. Everything would have been fine, but Trixie, who was on the bed at the time, thought it was a game, so she decided to push with all her might on my back. Jump, jump, jump on my back, because apparently it's a game that they play, like jump on daddy's back game. But of course that was just like the last bit that just completely overbalanced me, and done. Janet was on the floor. Well, as you know, I have mobility issues and I am a bit like a turtle on its back. Yeah, when I go on the floor I cannot get up. Family were out because they were away for the weekend and not due back till tea time. So I was lay there thinking, oh, this is a fine pickle. You've got yourself in two phones on the other side of the room next to my bed. And even if I'd have phoned somebody, there was nobody that could come, you know, to rescue me. So I'm like, well, what do I do now? So I decided I would do the bottom walk, you know, the walk where you go boom, 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 boom on your bottom, to try and see if I could get into the lounge, to see if I could pull myself up on anything. Now, had I been living in Prestwich with my old-fashioned substantial furniture, I would have been able to pull myself up via the coffee table or via my recliner. This recliner, when I decided to pull on the arms, decided it would tip with me, being a modern, lightweight. I tried on the sofa. I tried to pull a I'd seen somewhere that they said if you fall over and you can't get up, pull one of the sofa cushions down onto the floor and sit on it and try and get yourself up. Couldn't do it. What makes it worse is this hand is virtually useless, and this was the hand I landed on. I landed on it and knocked it back, which didn't help the situation. I was saying a few curse words underneath, well, I wasn't even saying them under my breath, to be quite truthful. I was saying them out loud. And I cannot use either of my knees to kneel on, because since I had a replacement knee on one knee, I can't kneel on it, and the other one needs a replacement, so I can't kneel on that one either. Normally I would turn over, go on my knees and pull myself up with something. So trying to pull yourself up from a seated position is not the easiest thing in the world. Anyway, after about an hour of fuming and trying different things, I thought I'm just going to have to grit my teeth and bear it. So I bottom walked over to the staircase. And I tried with the little slats on the stair. I thought, I'm going to break them. I'm going to break them. They're not. Nothing is substantial in the world anymore. Yeah. So I took my slippers off so I could get more traction with bare feet on the lino. And I turned myself over and got onto my knees. Boy, did I yell, because it really, really hurt. So I turned over onto my knees, pulled on the big newel post at the bottom of the stairs, crawled like up the staircase and managed to stand up. Oh, by this time I'm shaking like mad, you know. Oh. The dogs are running round me thinking it's still a huge, huge game, and they needed a wee. So I'm struggling over to the door to let them out for a wee, and I'm still like shaky. And I was feeling very sorry for myself by this time. I'm not usually a person that feels sorry for themselves and thinks like, woe is me and God knows what. But anyway, I managed to get them out for a wee, bring them in and feed them. And after that I just tottered and sort of sat down and tried to compose myself. It didn't really hurt much at the time, although I landed like on my side, all down this side, and on my arm and my hip. Didn't really hurt at the time, but of course as the hours went by I just stiffened up completely. So my son and daughter-in-law came home at tea time and I told them what had happened, and my son said, oh, and he, I won't say they seemed all that bothered. It was like, oh yeah, the dogs play that sort of game. They jump all over you because they think you're playing with them. And I'm like, well, I didn't really appreciate it when I was laying on the floor. Couldn't get up, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of my whining. And Sunday night, I decided I would take 2 of the muscle pain relievers that I don't usually take because they knock me out, yeah. So what time did I wake up on Monday? 4 p.m. My son finally realised that I was in bed because he thought I'd gone out, because I normally go out on a Monday. It was only when he went in the garage and opened the garage door and discovered my scooter was still there. He realised something's not quite right here. Where's Mum? Yeah. So he knocked on the door and stuck his head round and said, what are you doing? I'm in bed, I'm in bed. So all Monday yesterday, I just couldn't move. I was just so stiff. When you have a big shake-up like that, it just stiffens every bone in your body. Anyway, today I managed to get myself up. I've got the dogs again because my son's at work and my daughter-in-law's had to go to her daughter's because there's some kind of a medical emergency there. And so I've got the dogs. So I'm being pushed to the end of my chair here. Anyway, what am I doing? I'll tell you what, I have been trying to do a little bit of knitting because crocheting's been out because of this hand situation. Anyway, I found a pattern. I've done it many times, but in the darker colours. I have never seen this pattern for sale anywhere else. I've looked on Etsy to see if I could get another copy of it. I've looked everywhere, can't. So I don't know whether you'd be able to manage to get another pattern of it, but I highly doubt it because I've never found one. But I don't have the oddments in the dark colours, so this is just a front I've managed to do, but it's all in pastel colours, which I know people like, it's just not me. But I'm using up oddments, so, but I only managed to do part of the front. That's all I managed to do on Sunday. Anyway, what I've been doing was I couldn't do anything else, so I was looking on. Sirdar has got a fantastic site if you like vintage patterns or even up to modern patterns. It's called Heritage. So because I couldn't knit or anything called crochet, I spent about 2 or 3 hours on Sunday evening browsing on this Sirdar Heritage site, and I found some fabulous patterns. They go from I think it's the 40s, I don't think there's any in the 30s, but they go from the 40s right up to present day. And of course I was down memory lane because I used to have a wool shop and I was like, oh gosh, I remember that pattern, I think I still have that pattern and everything. Anyway, one pattern that I'd thought I still had and didn't have, I found. But I didn't find it. I've ordered some off the Sirdar site, but they haven't arrived yet, so I will show you them when they do. But I then went on to eBay and I found this pattern, which I made many, many moons ago. It's a Sirdar pattern. But I did actually find it later. It was on the Sirdar site. It was done in Pullman, which was a chunky. So I don't obviously have any chunky, but as you do know, I did show you I'd found the winter white in the Hayfield bonus double knitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 strands together to make the chunky. So that's what I'm going to do, yeah. And also on eBay I found this pattern, which I think is lovely. It's a Wendy pattern, Pampas, which again is, sorry about that, Rosie! Rosie! Stop it! Sorry if she made you jump. She made me jump. It appears to be a super chunk of some description. Rosie, will you please stop it? So no doubt I will have to fathom something out. I don't know whether I've got any super chunky, but maybe if I do a chunky with a double knitted or something like that, I would get that fleck effect. Yeah. I have ordered more patterns, and I did get this pattern as well. This one was from Etsy. They send you like a PDF that you can print out. I was going to do this until I found that other, you know, the white jacket. This one's just done in chunky. It's just a very, very basic pattern. But I did get this one off Etsy. So, you know, if you want this one, it's available. They do it, yeah. So I was going to do that one in some chunky. No doubt I will. Because I was thinking with my fingers, maybe I could sort of grip the bigger needles, the thicker needles. Because I can't abide not having anything to do. I hate just sitting, you know, goggling at the TV or goggling at the PC. And there's only so much reading I can do before I nod off. I don't know what that has. It's got a very soporific effect on me reading. If I read a little bit, I start to, you know, to nod, yeah. As to what I'm wearing a vintage pattern that I adapted. And it was a plain pattern with, you know, just a V-neck in chunky. But I just did like a broken knit 2 purl 2 stitch on it, just to take away kind of the boredom of it. It's 2 rows doing knit 2 purl 2, and then it's 2 rows doing purl 2 knit 2, if you know what I mean. So you get like a broken rib effect. But I just used an ordinary plain pattern, and I did put some nice buttons on it there. I don't know whether you can see them or not. They're white with a blue kind of, oh gosh, I'm not doing very well with this hand, am I? Like a little blue flower on them, yeah. And of course I'm wearing my blue beads because I'm wearing a royal blue dress underneath it all. I have to keep me back. I don't like having a wine, but my back is going, no! It's saying, you fell over, didn't you, Janet? I'm going to go, what? And kill you, yeah. I'd got frantic messages from my friend Sarah, who wondered where on earth I was, because I'd said, yeah, of course I'm coming to the library on Monday. So I got these messages, where are you? Where are you? Are you not well? Are you coming? Didn't get the messages till the knit club was over and done with. Didn't get the messages till I got up at 4 o'clock. Ah, dear. Anyway, that's one part of my life. I am prone to falling over. I do have mobility issues. I have balance issues. And if I get slightly off balance for any reason whatsoever, I go down like a pack of cards. Boom. I used to fall over a lot when I was on my own. But then I had substantial furniture to pull myself up with. I'm sorry, IKEA, but your furniture does not cut it. You pull on that, you're likely to finish up with the furniture on top of you, yeah? I had some really substantial units that I could pull myself up on. I had a lovely, heavy recliner that nearly killed the removal man when they brought it here, that I used to pull myself up on. My banister, I pulled it off the wall actually one time when I pulled myself up on it, so I can't really say my banister was very substantial. Although it did save me falling downstairs once because I grabbed it. It came out of the wall, but it stopped me from falling, so good on you, banister. But my son says we're going to have to find some way of helping you if you fall over when you're on your own. And I thought, what? I mean, my friend has actually volunteered her son. She said, I'll give you my son's phone number. I said, yeah, but that wouldn't have been any good. I would have had to crawl my way over to the front door to open it, and then Rosie wouldn't have let him in. She'd have probably bitten him on the way past. People have suggested I have one of those, you know, things that you press round your neck, you know, but When you'd be in bed, you wouldn't be wearing it, would you? And I was just getting out of bed when this happened, so I wouldn't have had it right round my neck while I was sleeping. Ah, these things are sent to try me. So apart from that, I'm having a happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a happy Tuesday. I am hoping to get out tomorrow, although I've got 2 ball tyres on my scooter. Solid tyres. Bald. I've had 5 tyres on this scooter. It's the state of the roads in Fleetwood. They do not spend a penny on potholes and terrible pavements in Fleetwood. I don't mind naming and shaming them. Other people try to name them, shame them, but they do nothing about it. The roads here are like a third world country. You know, you think that they would paint a... I mean, in certain third world countries, at least they paint a white ring round the hole so that you can know to avoid it, yeah? But here, you know, the potholes nearly go down to Australia. You could have a swimming pool in the potholes in here. You know, I mean, it's shameful that we pay road tax and everything. I pay road tax on a scooter. Because it's roadworthy, it's classed as being a road vehicle. So I have to carry insurance and I have to carry road tax for it. So, you know, yes, I am using the road. So I should be entitled to at least have my potholes filled in. But that's not the way it works in Fleetwood, apparently. I've never known such rubbish roads anywhere. And the council do not seem particularly bothered about it at all. Anyway, that's my grouch. I'm having a grouch today. I'm having a wind. I'm having a grouch. It's not often you hear me do this, but every now and again, needs must. You have to do it, don't you? So I'm going to try and find my size 4 needles, which I think is 6mm if I remember correctly. That's the thing with these vintage patterns, is they tell you the needles in the old-fashioned sizes. So it says size 6 and size 4, which I think is 5mm and 6mm, if I remember rightly. Luckily, most of my needles are in the old-fashioned ones. I did get those Knit Pro Zing, but in the big sizes they're metal and they are very, very heavy. So whilst they're not so bad in the smaller sizes, I find that, like, you know, the big sizes, I find them very heavy. So I'll be using my old Aero. Good old Aero, which you can't get anymore. I just hope I never break them. But I've got those needles. Anyway, I'm going to go now and try to upload this. Not sure what my title will be. I did get told off by somebody who said, "You've got no views on your video because your title's not very good." Excuse me, I had 255 views on that video. So you must have looked at it when it first came out, yeah? Yeah, I know my titles are not very good, but I don't do clickbait titles. Or I don't do, like, you know, the still photograph when you're like, "Hey, look what I've got today." That annoys me. Annoys me no end when they've got a clickbait title, and when you're like watching the video, there is nothing in the video that the title suggests. And I'm thinking, you can get away with that. You can fool me once, but try fooling me 2 or 3 times and it doesn't work. I finish up not even watching you, which defeats the object, doesn't it? You know, if it says some clickbait like, "Look what I'm doing today," or "Look what this is," and then they're not doing anything in particular, or they're not doing anything different. You know. So, oh, a great big van has just gone past, and I was hoping that she didn't see it, thankfully. So sorry if she startled you when she barked, because she startled me as well. So anyway, I'm going to go now before it goes beepity beepity beep. I've turned the notifications off. Have you noticed? There's no interruptions. All you will get is the beepity beep if I get to 28 minutes. Because I can't edit. I can't link 2 videos together. I am clueless when it comes to things like that. So you just have to put up with me rambling and anything that happens in between. Because I can't edit it out. Sorry, folks. Anyway, I'm hoping that my tyres will last out long enough for me to go to knit club tomorrow. I need to go in the garage actually and take photographs of them to send to my mobility man and say, look what I'm riding on at the moment, can you come and fix it? Yeah. So we shall see what happens next. Anyway, bye for now, and hopefully I will see you very soon. Bye now.